Down on my knees, give me Father for I have sinned. When I awaken, allow me to begin a new life, a new path without sin. Or is that even possible? I doubt it. Mountain of truth to move through and uncover. The fountain of youth retained inside of the brain. It's no wonder the blunder it's caused. The rumbling, the thunder, the pause, and praise the raised hands of the gods. Nameless with the laws, broken stone against the laws. Swimming side to side, a little rope and dope. Given as I hold the throne, never choke. This is reaching to the side, homing all out, headed for broke, so it's do or die. Can you hear me now, homie? Because it's neither you or I. With the deeper look into these dual, shallow, hallowed eyes. Many past lives lived and analyzed. Seen, smelled, felt, recognized. Confused, lost, and traumatized. Left mind hypnotized, fluorinated, overweight, supersized. Contemplate, supervised. By them glazed over blank stares, polarized. Who the hell am I, homie? I'm feeling so lonely and phony, begging to blow me. You, Father, for I have sinned. When I awaken, allow me to begin a new life, a new path without sin. Or is that even possible? I doubt it. Now I'm down on my knees with both of these broken palms pressed together so firmly. Scarred so deep from a life of burning. The pain I was led to believe was part of learning. Tell me what the hell is my mind still finding years grinding, yearning and journeying. Sin and insane. Pretty pictures how the hell come my pain. Lost souls screaming and yelling, hurting, yearning. A war-torn child and
How about there? There we go. Hope everybody's having a great day. And we're going to start off with the show. No doubt about it.
Taoism stands out as a profound Chinese philosophical and spiritual tradition. Rooted deep in the heart of this philosophy is a seemingly paradoxical concept, Wu Wei, often translated as non-action or effortless action. It signifies an art of allowing things to unfold naturally, without unnecessary intervention. In this exploration, we'll journey into the Taoist worldview, discovering the art of letting go, and revealing how it can usher in a transformative potential that resonates even in our modern lives. Taoism, often referred to simply as the Way, is a tradition that champions harmony with the natural order of existence. It teaches adherence to flow with life's currents, just as water effortlessly courses through rocks and valleys. At its essence, Taoism is about aligning with the natural ebb and flow of the universe, recognizing that everything is interconnected and interdependent. Central to Taoism is the Tao Te Ching, an enigmatic yet profound text composed of 81 short chapters. Credited to the sage Laozi, this foundational work encapsulates the wisdom of Taoism in poetic verses. The Tao Te Ching does not just serve as a philosophical guide, but as a spiritual compass, directing seekers towards a life of simplicity, spontaneity, and compassion. Through its verses, Laozi imparts insights on how to move gracefully through life's challenges, largely by embracing the art of letting go.
Tostito scoops and chunky salsa. Can't really.
The Taoist principle of Wu Wei. Wu Wei, often translated as non-action or effortless action, is one of the most celebrated principles in Taoist philosophy. Yet its essence is subtle and sometimes paradoxical. It doesn't advocate for inaction or passivity. Rather, it speaks to the idea of aligned action. Actions that are in harmony with the natural flow of the universe. Imagine a tree growing by the side of a river. It doesn't force its branches to reach out or its roots to delve deep. It simply grows, guided by an intrinsic wisdom, always in harmony with its environment. Similarly, Wu Wei encourages us to act not out of compulsion or force, but out of an intrinsic alignment with what is natural and right for the moment. By embodying the essence of Wu Wei, individuals learn to let go of the need to control outcomes or force situations. Instead of striving against the currents of life, they learn to move with them. This Taoist principle teaches that when we cease our relentless pushing and pulling against the world, we find a profound peace and effectiveness. The art of letting go, as championed by Wu Wei, suggests that in releasing our tight grip on life, we allow it to unfold in its beautifully unpredictable way. Letting go of attachments. Taoism emphasizes the fleeting nature of life, comparing the human experience to the transient movement of clouds across the sky or the brief bloom of a flower. Everything in existence, from the mightiest empires to the most insignificant pebble, is subject to change. Recognizing this inherent impermanence offers a profound insight that much of our suffering stems from our resistance to this natural ebb and flow. Clinging, whether to material possessions, relationships, or even certain emotions and beliefs, is like trying to hold water in our hands. No matter how tightly we grasp, it eventually slips through our fingers. This attachment and desire to control or possess are often the roots of our discontent. We may fear loss, chase after fleeting pleasures, or resist the natural course of events, leading to a life filled with anxiety, frustration, and sorrow. Taoism gently guides its followers towards a path of detachment. This doesn't mean becoming emotionless or indifferent, but rather cultivating an inner freedom. By understanding that everything has its season, and by refraining from assigning rigid labels of good or bad to experiences, one can navigate life's challenges with greater serenity. Embracing the Taoist view of detachment means recognizing the beauty in life's transitory moments and letting go of the illusion of permanence. It's about finding joy in the journey rather than becoming fixated on specific outcomes. In doing so, one discovers a profound peace that remains undisturbed by external circumstances, akin to the deep calm at the bottom of an ever-changing ocean. Practical Taoist practices for letting go. Taoism, with its millennia-old wisdom, offers a variety of practices to help individuals align with the Tao and cultivate the art of letting go. Integrating these practices into one's daily life can result in greater serenity, balance, and connection to the natural world. Here are some accessible methods rooted in Taoist tradition. Taoist meditation. Unlike some meditation forms which focus on emptying the mind, Taoist meditation emphasizes a deep connection with nature and the universe. One can begin by visualizing a natural scene, like a flowing river or a calm forest, and perceive oneself as part of this environment. This exercise helps dissolve the illusion of separateness and fosters a sense of unity with the universe. Mindful walking. Inspired by the Taoist reverence for nature, mindful walking is about walking slowly and deliberately, preferably in a natural setting. With each step, feel the earth beneath you and pay attention to the rhythm of your breath. This practice encourages presence and connection with the natural world. Contemplative reading. The Tao Te Ching is a foundational text of Taoism. Spend a few minutes each day reading and reflecting on a verse from this ancient book. Pondering its profound, often paradoxical wisdom can offer insights into the nature of existence and the path of letting go. Simplicity practices. Taoism emphasizes the beauty of simplicity. One can integrate this into daily life by decluttering living spaces, simplifying routines, or even choosing to spend some time in silence every day. By removing physical and mental clutter, one makes room for clarity and peace. Breathing exercises. Breathing is a bridge between our conscious and unconscious selves. Taoist breathing exercises focus on deep, diaphragmatic breathing, which can calm the mind and harmonize the spirit. One popular practice is the microcosmic orbit meditation, where practitioners visualize energy circulating through specific pathways in their body as they breathe. Observing nature. Spending time in nature, be it a lush forest or a quiet park, and simply observing without judgment or distraction allows one to tune into the rhythms of the natural world. Watching a sunrise, listening to the rustle of leaves, or observing the flow of water can be profoundly grounding and enlightening. Implementing even just one or two of these Taoist practices can significantly enhance one's ability to let go, bringing about greater tranquility and alignment with the universe's natural ebb and flow.
How do we help horses thrive? We tackle problems using science. Plus, our love.
The transformational power of letting go. Within the serene landscapes of Taoist wisdom, the act of letting go emerges as a profound gateway to transformation. This simple yet profound practice transcends the act of mere detachment. It becomes a spiritual journey leading to profound inner peace. Mental benefits. The incessant chatter of our minds, often dominated by fears, anxieties, and the weight of the past, can be a significant source of distress. By practicing the Taoist art of letting go, one begins to declutter the mind. Overthinking and excessive rumination give way to clarity and a serene stillness. The mind becomes like a calm lake, undisturbed by ripples, reflecting the world with crystal clear precision. Emotional benefits. Emotionally, the practice liberates one from the shackles of attachments, desires, and expectations. When we let go of these, we break free from the chains of disappointment, anger, and sorrow. Instead, the heart learns the rhythms of unconditional joy, gratitude, and acceptance. Spiritual benefits. On a spiritual plane, letting go brings us closer to the essence of Taoism. When we free ourselves from the constraints of ego and worldly desires, we become more attuned to the universal flow of the Tao. This alignment not only deepens our understanding of the universe, but also fosters a profound connection with everything around us. By embracing the art of letting go, individuals find themselves transitioning from a state of doing to a state of being, from chaos to harmony, and from complexity to profound simplicity. They discover a life of ease, where contentment isn't just a fleeting emotion, but a constant companion. This life, harmonized with the Tao, offers insights that are often elusive in the noise of modern existence. The teachings of Taoism, timelessly encapsulated in texts like the Tao Te Ching, offer a compass for navigating the tumultuous seas of life. By understanding and integrating the concept of Wu Wei and the art of letting go, one can find a sanctuary of peace amidst life's storms. As we conclude this journey through the Taoist approach to letting go, it's an invitation for each viewer. Delve deeper into the tranquil waters of Taoism and let its wisdom guide you. Embrace the art of letting go, not just as a philosophy, but as a way of life, and witness the profound transformation it brings, echoing the gentle yet powerful wisdom of the Tao.
Have you ever felt weighed down by the expectations of society or been caught up in a whirlwind of worries about things beyond your control? If the answer is yes, then you're not alone. Many of us spend our lives caught in the trap of caring too much about things that, at the end of the day, might not matter as much as we think they do. But what if there were a way to break free from this cycle? A way to navigate life with more serenity and a clear mind? Today, we're diving deep into an exploration of a philosophical approach that might just hold the key to a happier, more fulfilling life. This approach, the art of not caring, is not about apathy or disregard for others, but rather, it's about focusing our care and attention where it truly matters, on things within our control, and letting go of the rest. In this video, we'll journey through the wisdom of various philosophies and philosophers who have walked this path before us and left guideposts for us to follow. From the tranquil mindfulness of Buddhist philosophy to the empowering self-sufficiency of Stoicism, from the hedonic calculus of Epicurus to the existential courage of Soren Kierkegaard, and from the life-affirming tenets of Nietzsche to the individualistic essence of existentialism. This exploration isn't just academic. We'll also discuss real-world applications and examples. We'll look at how these philosophies have been applied by individuals in the real world, and how not caring in the right way can lead to more happiness, less anxiety, and an overall more fulfilling life. But what exactly do we mean by not caring? In the philosophical sense, not caring doesn't mean complete detachment or lack of concern. It means liberating ourselves from the societal pressures, the fears of the unknown, the worries about what we can't control, and the anxiety over others' judgments. The art of not caring encourages us to focus our energy on our actions, our responses, and our attitudes, rather than expending mental and emotional energy on things outside our realm of control. It's about recognizing our boundaries and deciding what truly warrants our care, our effort, and our passion. It's about learning to embrace uncertainty, accept the impermanence of life, and still live joyfully in the present moment. If you've ever felt like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, if you've ever wished you could let go of anxieties that hold you back, or if you're just curious about different philosophical perspectives on happiness, you're in the right place. By the end of this journey, we hope you'll be armed with a new perspective on how to navigate life's ups and downs with grace, equanimity, and an untroubled mind. Stay with us as we unveil the liberating world of the art of not caring. It's time to venture on a philosophical journey of self-discovery and learn the art of letting go to live a happier, more fulfilling life.
It's time to improve your writing game with Grammarly Go. Grammarly Go is an AI service that offers prompts to help refine your writing. And as someone who writes for a living, I can't recommend it enough. Here you can see.
As we embark on this exploration, it's important to first set the stage by delving into the intrinsic link between philosophy and happiness. What role does philosophy play in defining and understanding happiness? Philosophy, in its essence, is the love of wisdom. It's an exploration of fundamental questions about existence, reality, knowledge, values, reason, and crucially for our discussion today, happiness. Philosophers across ages and cultures have grappled with the question of what happiness is and how it can be achieved. From ancient Greek philosophers to modern-day thinkers, the quest for understanding happiness has always been at the heart of philosophical inquiry. Happiness is a concept that, on the surface, appears simple and universal. But once you dig deeper, it reveals a multidimensional nature that is deeply subjective and complex. Our understanding of happiness is usually tied to our personal experiences, cultural background, and societal expectations. However, when we shift our focus from a personal lens to the broad vista of philosophy, the meaning of happiness expands and deepens. So, how do different philosophical perspectives view happiness? Let's start with the ancient Greeks. For Aristotle, one of the most influential philosophers of all time, happiness wasn't a fleeting emotion or a state of momentary joy. He proposed the concept of eudaimonia, often translated as flourishing or the good life. For Aristotle, happiness was about living a life of virtue and wisdom, fulfilling one's potential, and contributing to society. It wasn't about chasing pleasure, but about cultivating a rich inner life. In contrast, the philosopher Epicurus viewed happiness as the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of pain. However, Epicurean philosophy doesn't advocate hedonistic indulgence. Epicurus emphasized the simple, natural pleasures in life like friendship, intellectual pursuits, and peace of mind. Fast forward to the 17th and 18th centuries during the Age of Enlightenment, and we encounter utilitarian philosophers like Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill. They proposed that happiness is about maximizing pleasure for the greatest number of people, forming the basis of their moral and ethical guidelines. In the 19th century, Arthur Schopenhauer, a German philosopher, offered a less optimistic view. He believed that life is filled with suffering and happiness is merely the absence of this suffering. Schopenhauer's philosophy advocates for reducing desires to minimize disappointment and pain, giving a different spin on our understanding of happiness. Then we have the existentialists of the 20th century, like Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus, who believed that life inherently has no meaning, and it's up to each individual to create their own purpose and define their own happiness. They rejected societal norms and encouraged authenticity and personal freedom. And we can't forget the Eastern philosophical traditions like Buddhism, which teaches that happiness is achieved through the elimination of desire and attachment, leading to a state of inner peace and enlightenment. What's evident from these various philosophical perspectives is that happiness isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. It is deeply personal and intricately woven with our values, choices, and understanding of the world. Different philosophies offer different pathways to happiness, whether it's through virtue, pleasure, the absence of pain, personal freedom, or spiritual enlightenment. In today's exploration of the art of not caring, we will see how letting go of certain cares aligns with these diverse philosophical perspectives on happiness. It's about finding a balanced and thoughtful approach to what we choose to care about, ultimately leading us towards a fulfilling and content life. It's crucial to remember that philosophy doesn't provide ready-made answers, but guides us in asking the right questions. As we delve deeper into the art of not caring, let's keep an open mind, challenge our preconceptions, and allow these diverse philosophical teachings to enlighten our understanding of happiness. Let's set forth on this intriguing journey, drawing lessons from famous philosophers and their profound insights into happiness.
Companies of all sizes use BigQuery to uncover new insights from their data, like cost savings, operational.
Now let's turn our attention to Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy that has regained popularity in recent years for its profound wisdom and practical insights into living a good life. Stoicism was founded in Athens by Zeno of Citium in the early 3rd century BC, but it was the later Stoic philosophers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius whose teachings have stood the test of time and continue to resonate with us today. Stoicism is a philosophy of personal ethics that emphasizes virtue, reason, and self-discipline. It teaches that we can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what's within our power and let go of what's not, providing a powerful framework for the art of not caring. This brings us to the Stoic concept of the dichotomy of control. Epictetus, a former slave-turned-philosopher, articulated this principle eloquently in his Enchiridion, or handbook. He wrote, "Some things are within our power while others are not. Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power are our body, our property, reputation, office, and, in a word, whatever is not of our own doing." This profound dichotomy reminds us to invest our time, energy, and emotions in areas of our life we can control, and practice indifference or not caring about the rest. This is not an encouragement towards passivity or neglect of responsibilities. Instead, it invites us to discern the things that are truly significant and worthy of our attention and care. It's about choosing not to be disturbed by life's uncontrollables, hence preserving our peace of mind and aligning ourselves with the natural order of the universe, a core Stoic principle. Stoicism's embodiment of the art of not caring can be seen in Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. As a Roman emperor, Marcus Aurelius had an abundance of power and influence, yet his writings reflect an understanding of the fleeting nature of these external goods. He wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." He often emphasized the importance of inner peace and tranquility over external achievements or recognition, embodying the Stoic art of not caring about things outside our control. Seneca, another influential Stoic philosopher, further exemplifies this principle in his letters. He taught that we should remain indifferent to external circumstances, not allowing ourselves to be excessively disturbed by adversity or overly excited by prosperity. In one of his letters, he wrote, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient, for he that is so wants nothing." By practicing Stoic principles, we learn to not care about the ever-changing circumstances of our lives and instead focus on cultivating our character, wisdom, and virtue. We learn to be content with what we have, undisturbed by external happenings, and at peace with the world. The art of not caring in the Stoic sense is not about being indifferent to everything. It's about knowing where to best direct our care and attention for a fulfilling and tranquil life. Now, we move from the Stoic school of thought to the garden of Epicurus. Epicurus, an ancient Greek philosopher who founded the school of philosophy known as Epicureanism, offers another perspective on the art of not caring. Contrary to common misconceptions, Epicureanism isn't about indulging in physical pleasures or leading a life of luxury. Instead, it's about understanding the nature of pleasure and desire and leading a life of tranquility, freedom, and friendship. Epicurus taught that pleasure is the highest good and the end goal of life, but he also emphasized that not all pleasures are worth pursuing. He differentiated between kinetic pleasures, which arise from
Hello.
Hey, Manel, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect. I hear you perfectly. Shall I turn myself down a little bit here on the volume? Wait a sec.
Oh, you're fine.
Am I? Oh, okay. Hey, you might not want to see me though. I'm a bit grungy, mate. Okay,
you're
grungy.
I just thought I'd show everybody I'm still here and alive and doing well.
Yay. So there's actually 3 of you doing the Marcus Aurelius stuff, by the way.
What do you mean by that?
Cage is doing it,
Oh,
and
is that
so
right?
so is Moose.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah, they're all doing Marcus Aurelius at the moment.
Huh. I guess
Yeah.
somebody's telling us that's what we need, huh?
Yeah. Fascinating, isn't it?
Maybe more than us. That's why we're doing it.
Right. Well, no, I mean, when you look at Marcus Aurelius, and granted, I mean, we don't really know much about, like, his stories, because they're not our story, are they? So they're just been kind of etched on something that we're supposed to believe. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but nonetheless, they have some fascinating insights, and they really, I mean, that really speaks to your soul, you know, your inner being. It's like a boom. It is definitely like a boom. So how's Anna?
She's doing really good right now. She's been watching the dogs for the last week. The owner went out of state to go see his kids. So she's been watching the dogs while they're gone. She's going to be watching them for 2 weeks. She's been there a week, so she's got another week.
Right. I lost my Tobin.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, they broke his brain in December. They gave him methadone, and he started biting. Yeah, they gave him freaking methadone. And after he came, and he was never good with strangers, you know. And he was kind of getting better, and I was doing all natural stuff, but the stress in the house, not good. Anyway, he went on the 22nd of last month, but at least he left from home and not with weird strangers
Right.
But they'd already put stuff in him. They really fucked him up. Excuse my French. They really did fuck him up.
Yeah, it's pretty sad what this so-called medical field does to.
He was
living
only
beings.
young as well. He was only 6, Larry. You know, the other cat is like freaking twice his age, almost. In fact, I think he is twice his age.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's not doing well. You know, he knows that mum and dad are gone, and it's
Oh yeah,
weird.
they go
You know,
through depression. It's. I've seen all my animals go through depressions and stuff. It's
right?
quite amazing.
No, they totally feel what you're feeling. They really
Oh,
do.
Yeah.
But anyway,
It's like my dog. He went through depression when my oldest cat passed away last year. They were. That's all he's ever known is her. You know, since like 6 weeks old, they grew up together and
yeah.
played together and fought together and all kinds of good
Yeah, I know
stuff.
people
And
say,
after
"Oh,
he left,
cats and dogs." I mean, they say cats and dogs, they don't get on. Total nonsense. Of course they do.
yeah, those two loved each other big time. And even when I
Yeah.
brought these new cats, he doesn't really have too much to do with them. It's like, you aren't my baby girls, and he just kind of tolerates them.
Yeah, so I had to separate Tobin because he's always been around the girls, the dogs,
Yeah.
and I had to bring him up to the room with me here because of the other cat, because they literally just went like this, and it happened, I think, 3 times, and both of them were really stressed after that, and I'm like, oh man. So, and after his urinary thing, which and I've had cats that had that in the past and they survived. I mean, they lived many, many years after that. So it was what they did to him while he was in that clinic. They fucking drugged him up badly. He was like, it was weird. And I've only ever had, as far as I know, because I nearly died of my appendix rupturing when I was a child. So they may have given me morphine then. I don't know whether they did or not, but maybe it was just me fucking dying basically at the time. But in 2010, I had a really bad stomach ulcer, which had been brewing for some time. And they took me into hospital and they gave me morphine. And as far as I knew, I'd never had this. I literally felt like I was dying. That's what they gave my dad, by the way. And then the next day, I told you this already, they gave him 3 shots of morphine. And the next day when I went into the hospital, they said, they've killed me. He said, they've killed me. He was puking up. He could not eat. And then the following day, he died. And I was like about an hour or so late to get to the hospital. And he was fucking gone, mate.
Now
so the fucking medical industry can go and do this. They can go and spin. Honestly, Larry, the medical industry can go and spin, right? They're all going to hang. And I'm dealing with all the legal shit with this house. I mean, wow. But I'll tell you what, as soon as I've dealt with that, I'm going in for the medical industry, because my mother, she died in a care home.
Yeah.
And they would not let my father speak to the 2 nurses that supposedly found her dead. Why is that then?
Wow.
And then they give him, my dad was tiny, little man. Then they give him 3 shots of freaking morphine. They lock me out of the ambulance. outside the house, and he dies like 2 days later. And he couldn't eat. He could not eat. He was puking and puking. I took food in there. They threw all my food away. I spent fucking shitloads of money. And this was literally one day. Awful. And then they microwaved food that was supposed to be cooked in a pan. And it's like, what the fuck? They're disgusting. Do not put any of your family into any kind of care home, hospital. Don't take them to the doctors. Do not trust doctors.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. Sorry, I'm on one today, Larry. I've been having to talk to lawyers and stuff and sisters in Germany, and it's weird. I'm just totally freaked out, man. And it's only... Mum died a year ago, 2 days ago. Sorry, Larry, go on. Sorry.
Oh, it's all right.
Go on,
I was just going to say, sometimes we just need people to listen, you know?
Yeah. I appreciate it, man.
Hey, you know, we all go through stuff, and we all got to deal with it in our own ways. And as long as we keep on trucking and improving, that's all that matters.
Well, I'm trying to truck, but it's... it ain't as easy as it sounds.
Oh no! So that damn backup bell seems to get you every time.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. And you know, I was a courier, so it's not like I don't know how to truck.
Oh yeah. I was just being silly.
No, it's good. You should be a little silly. Stops me from being a freaking depressing bitch.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up. That's for damn sure.
All right. I've got my mum's sister over in Germany. She's amazing. So we speak in English and German, a little bit of English, mostly German. My broken German. Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah. She's over in, well, they're trying to sell their house in Switzerland, which they're not made of money, you know, so it don't read anything into it.
Yeah.
They're not made of money, but they are very natural folk. So it's all kind of around the Steiner mindset, you know, in tune with nature. And it doesn't mean you don't eat meat, though, by the way, folks. And I eat meat.
Don't be saying that dirty word.
Oh, I
now.
will.
We'll end up with blue basket.
I ain't never eating any insects unless they fly in my mouth when I'm riding along a bike, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, now I seen a thing on the news a while back about worms. They're gonna start feeding us some kind of worm or something.
Yeah, they can go and F off. I'll tell you what, get to know your E numbers and your weird ingredients in your food.
Yeah.
Because in your pasta and your breads and your sauces, that's where you're going to find, and your coffee and tea. Anything that is processed, whether it's dry processed or wet processed, is now going to have these ingredients. And do not eat the fake meat. Do not do that. Actually, it's really funny because there seems to be a lot of reduced fake meat stuff. People don't want to buy it. They don't want Swill the ill Gates and his anal shroud.
We don't want to have Soylent Green.
No, no. I was getting there. I was gonna do that.
Eat great minds think alike, right?
Right. Oh my God. It is disturbing though. I was saying this to my aunt, that when I was really, really small, I always had this feeling of trepidation. Now, I think I told you this before as well. And it wasn't even my parents or anything like that. There was just this feeling of like, I'm in the wrong place. I'm not supposed to be here. And here we are in 2023. Funny that, isn't it? And I'm not alone here, by the way. There's many of us that have this feeling and have had it for decades.
Yeah.
So we knew it was coming. We're going back to horse and cart. And it maybe not such a bad thing, actually. You know?
Yeah.
Reconnect. Get your toes in the sand and the grass and the soil. Touch the sky with your fingertips.
Yeah, that's what I did. I got off here for a while and started taking care of shit I need to take care of. And I've got a lot of shit done. I've done, I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 different car jobs. I started washing the roof of my home, sealing my windows, building a shed, cleaning up the yard, stuff, just taking care of shit that been letting slide, and it's been doing me a lot of good.
Yeah, man. Well, so I've got the legacy of what was not done.
Yeah.
In this house, which is scary. And then I've also got the lawyers to talk to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's no one here to help me. Like literally nobody. I was going to swear again. I stopped myself. But my sister said, I don't want anything to do with the estate. Now, she got an email like months ago. And all she did was say, yeah, I received your email. But she was supposed to respond and say, what she said to me was, I don't want anything to do with the estate. So now it has to be paperwork. You know? But hang on a minute now. I'm the one that's been beaten, raped, and abused. She's a counsellor. So she doesn't earn small money, by the way. This is the government. It's the government paying her wages, which is bizarre. It's you can't make this shit up in in one family. What is that? I don't know what that is. It's so bizarre.
Yeah.
And she likes the rings, by the way, and she's been really ill. You know what the rings are, don't you?
Oh yeah.
The leg waxing, shall we say?
Yeah. Yeah.
They do like a leg wax, don't they? Good God.
Look at the right hand so you don't see what the left one's doing.
Exactly. It's fascinating though, isn't it, Larry?
Oh yeah. No
So this is
doubt about it.
This is why Marcus Aurelius kind of hits home. Because when you actually listen to what is being said, not just the words, but you have to kind of listen in between. It's like a river, you know, there's little ebbs and flows. Or a stream, whichever. So I think Marcus Aurelius is really one of... That's why there's 3 of you doing it. Because it hits home. And 3 might not be a lot in all the allegedly millions and billions. Are there? It doesn't look like it to me. When you look at the land masses and you look at where folk actually are, there ain't that many folk there. Maybe concentrated in like little pockets. But there's a shitload of land where there's nothing. There's no people there at all.
Right.
Yeah. And then, hang on a minute. And then there's apparently 100,000 children being disappeared every year. And this is, now we're being kind of under generous, shall we say. So how are we overpopulated if there's that many children? Even just 100,000. How are we overpopulated? That's nearly 1 million. But then there's other numbers. Sorry, that we've got farm vehicles that travel along this road. So I'm sorry about the noise, apart from
I
my
didn't
voice.
hear anything. Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
Joe, you should hear them. They're really noisy. I'm not used to living on a noisy road like this. I have been for like the last year. So where I was in Woodford Halls was actually quieter because I was on this tiny little road that went into a field, basically. You remember?
Yeah.
I miss it so much. I always said I would never live in this village again. It's got a dark thread going through it. Don't live in this village. It's dark.
Yeah.
The last witch was burnt here, by the way. Go look it up. Scotland. I'm not telling you the village.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you know where to look, you'll find it. So, in St Andrews, outside the university, in the cobblestones, there is a marker where they burn one of the alleged witches. And it's very strange. I mean, you can't make any of this crap up. Seriously. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
whether we believe it. They believe it. And if you look, all of the ones that they called witches, they were beautiful people that helped heal people with plants and flowers and water and, you know, things from nature. So, what's going on here then? So, what's
You
going
mean-
on here?
You mean they did away with the people that were speaking and living the truth?
Exactly, like they're doing again
Imagine
and
that.
again
Funny how that
and
works.
again and again and again. But there are actual physical markers to prove that we're not insane and that they've been doing this for like a very, very long time.
Since beginning of time.
Well, I mean, who knows how long they've been here? But you know, when they say, "Ooh, the aliens are coming," no, the aliens have been here for a very long time, and they've been strip mining this world and us for a very long time. You just go and have a look around the world. You can see that these big machines have been scraping away at our world, whatever shape it is. That's not the point here. The point is the Borg, as I like to call them, have been here for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And they've been sucking everything dry, you know? Like it's like Jupiter Ascending, where they keep the soul essence in these cylinders. Have you seen it? You should watch the film.
What's the name?
Jupiter Ascending. Ironically, she turns out to be a queen, but she's a cleaner.
Yeah, it's kind of funny
Yeah.
you mentioned the alien thing because I seen a thing this morning saying aliens attacked Peru.
Well, I don't think they're aliens. I think they're probably interdimensional. So yeah, you could call them
I
aliens.
think it's just the next big scare, so we can give more money
Oh, yeah,
to
yeah,
the
no.
military because
Okay.
you know we gotta fight these aliens, you know. So we need more money.
Yeah. Yeah, like Reagan said, the big actor that he was as well. They're all actors. No,
Yeah.
I'm not talking. I agree with you on that. But what I'm talking about is that if we look at our world and we critically look at our world and we look at all the structures that they're everywhere. I mean, and they're exactly the same, and they're in every single country, everywhere. Okay, and then when you look beyond that and you look at the destruction that has been done, it's in the same places. Okay, you know what I'm saying here, Larry, don't you?
Oh yeah.
So, alien, they are the aliens, the ones that are perpetrating this. Okay, they're the narrators of this story. You get me?
Oh yeah.
So when you're critical, and I like John Levi, actually, he's a chill dude. He goes around with his dog. exploring places over there on your land, and you find some amazing structures that are kind of been destroyed. You know John Levi, you've seen his stuff, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know who I mean.
Oh yeah.
And then there's Autodidactic and Michelle Gibson and Bernhard, the science guy, you know, the alchemist. He's a clever boy. Very clever. A lot of respect. But yeah, so I think we have to, and I go back to perspective, because perspective is a wonderful thing, and we can only perceive things from our own viewpoint, you know. So.
Oh yeah. Others' thoughts and judgments can cloud your inner soul.
Right. Your vision.
In more than one way.
So that's that connection that. Go on, sorry.
We have visions without even being able to see.
Exactly. So, what are dreams then? That's vision. And I know folks say, well, you only dream about what you experienced in your waking hours. No, I don't think so. Because I've dreamt
what's
things.
Really weird is I haven't, I believe, dreamed in years, but almost every night when I first lay down and I first close my eyes, I see images, pictures, I see movies per se that my mind's showing me, and sometimes I'll open my eyes and the stuff will still be there. It's really weird, and I'm trying to figure out why am
You're seeing. You are seeing.
Why am I seeing these things?
No, you're seeing.
And I'm seeing people I've never met. And some of them it's really weird because some of them are in great detail and some of them are, kind of hazy.
No, you're seeing.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out why and what. Why, what,
well,
when.
we all no, but that's perspective. So we're all going to see things differently. That's my point. And that's why I said why, a lot. And yeah, you can go and get dream books and that's still others' perspective of it. But then there's, like you say, when you lay down, you get these images before you go to sleep. That is where you are connecting with what's going on. I've had my connections where I dreamt about those big white trains before they were even built. No one had ever, they weren't built. You know the trains in Japan, the big white trains? Right. So I dreamt about these weird big white trains years before they were actually constructed. And I spoke to someone. I actually spoke to several people about it. And then it wasn't until years later they were building these big freaking white trains. So that's what I'm saying. We see, we connect, because it's like time. Time is not a thing. Time isn't a thing. It doesn't exist. It's layers of now. And you can hop from one layer to another if you know how to do it, but that's literally what it is. It's not a thing.
Isn't time just basically the place that you are at that moment?
Well, exactly. That's my point. That's my point. So if you want to look at time, it is a toroid, and it's like, imagine, and you know what, you'll know exactly, you'll see it. Imagine a post-it note pad blown apart into a toroid.
Yeah.
each layer, each page of that post-it notepad in a toroidal. Can you see it?
Right.
So time is that. It's like layers. It's like the Langoliers. Do you remember the Langoliers?
Yeah.
Where they come and eat up things behind
Yeah.
where you are.
Oh yeah.
So that's how I see time. It's like these layers that are kind of, they're just there, and you can hop between them. And our consciousness does that because remember this, there's a reason why the body needs to rest. It's so the soul can fly. That makes sense?
Oh yeah.
Because imagine if your soul is deprived of that flight, and your body is deprived of that rest. That is when you go insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's kind of important. And so, I mean, I was never in the military, and I don't watch military films. I don't particularly like them. But I had a really weird dream, and it stuck with me. It's a few years ago now. And it does kind of come up in dreams, but as a kind of a side note. I don't know if that makes sense, but walking through, I was in ammo gear, camouflage gear, and I was with a load of others. The pub was full. It was like an old pub with the wooden floors and the benches and the tables, and everyone you could hear the hubbub of the conversation, drinking and eating and stuff. And we were coming through with big arms, like big guns, really quietly. What the fuck? Why would I dream that? That I'm seriously not that way inclined. That was a very strange dream. And obviously there's something trying to tell me something. I really hope that I don't have to do that, but I have a feeling that I'm going to have to do that.
Yeah,
the way we're heading.
The way things are leaning, it seems like we might all have to.
Right. So you get that? You kind of see where I'm going with that?
Oh yeah.
So don't ever, guys over there and girls, don't ever let them take it from you. You know I can't say what it is, but you know what it is.
Oh yeah.
As Yellow would say.
Just get her done.
How's your lion cat doing, by the way?
Actually, her fur's all grown back.
Wow.
Yeah, she's looking really good. I don't know what the hell she had or what happened, but all of her fur on her body's all back, and her hair on her tail's coming back. It's not quite as long as the fur on her body, but she's looking really good.
Wow. That's amazing.
We had the other cat escaped one day. I went outside and I pushed the door shut, and she was in heat and pushed the door open, and she was gone for about a week and a half or so.
And now she's got babies.
And then I end up catching her again. And so now every time I go out of the damn door.
So has she got babies?
Nope, she didn't get pregnant.
Oh.
It was funny because most of the time when she was outside, she'd basically chase the boys off and just kind of played around with the cats and stuff, and shoved her ass up in the air, but then wouldn't let them touch her. So it was kind of funny.
Yeah, they're weird like that. Yeah, they're not stupid, the girls, you know. It's like, yeah, they really wanted, but you're not the right one. You get me?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to quit this stream. This is, I got shit I got to take care of.
No worries,
Nice
man.
talking to you. You have a great day and a better tomorrow, and we'll
Absolutely.
be doing this
Take care,
probably
man.
more often, but I got to take care of the shit I got to take care of and build one day at a time.
Absolutely. Thank you,
All right.
Larry.
Take care.
Bless you. You too. Bye.